Okay, a little bit on two-hand voicings.
Oh, two-handed voicing.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that situation, then generally speaking, I suggest you start thinking about it in terms of root on the top, root on the bottom, melody on the top, and chord tones in between. And so you're first off looking here. If we looked at this tune, Privave, we're starting with the root on the bottom, and the root is also the melody. So how am I going to voice that first chord? Well, I need 3 notes now to fill that chord out to have root 3, 5, 7. Okay. Of course, I can dispense with the 5. I definitely want the 3 and the 7, but this might be a nice way to do it. And in that case also, another voicing I see sometimes, or chord I see sometimes for this tune is a F sharp diminished in that second half of the measure. And that would work nice in that circumstance. But it's the same concept where I got the root on the bottom, and then I'm going to fill it, and the melody on top. I'm going to fill the other things in with my, inner voicings. Now, when I land on that G minor, I'm playing an A, so that's the 9th, and I have the G. So once again, I'm going to have a 5-note chord if I use the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, because I already got a 9th and the root on the bottom. A lot of times you start out just thinking in 4-note chords, just getting the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th in there. But the circumstance where you're obviously, if you're going to have all 4 notes of the chord, root 3, 5, and 7, that it's going to be 5 notes is if the melody is the root, because you're just doubling, so you got 3 more notes to get in there. So that'd be one way of doing it. Or if the melody is something other than the root, 3rd, 5th, or 7th, as in this case the 9th. So we have the G minor. So I want to get a 7th in there. I probably would put that here. In the left hand, a lot of times it usually ends up being root 7 or root 3. Here I'm going to go root 7. I'll catch the 3rd with my right hand. Makes it a little easier anyway. And then I'm going to get the 5th in there. So now I have root 7, 3, 5, 9. Another option would be root 5, 7, 3, 7, 9. Slightly different sound. I think I like this one better for this circumstance, but sometimes it can be tricky incorporating the melody, especially of a bebop tune with this kind of voicing. You got to get that 8th note C on the end of 2. And so sometimes you might wait and put the chord, this is getting a little more advanced, but put the chord on the and of 2. And say, what's that going to sound like to, because as I was doing this, no matter how I tried, it sounded a little awkward, like it was changing the way I was phrasing the melody. And that puts a little more emphasis on the and of 2. So now I have a different situation where I have the melody is a C, or the 11th over the G minor. So I could get the 5th here and the 7th here. I don't know if I'd want this. It's a little dense. I think I just like that. The 5th is good too. Thing I have to be up here. So you get the concept. A bebop tune is probably not the best place to start in learning to apply this kind of voicing because it's challenging
Okay.
physically. Whereas you have a tune like, let's see, you were doing flying.